Alright, let's talk about Pakistan. If you only watch the news, you probably have a very specific picture in your head. A country allegedly and perpetually on the edge of chaos. A nation shrouded in darkness. The headlines are always screaming, Pakistan on the brink, economic collapse imminent, political turmoil. It's the international community's favorite drama series, and it's been running for 75 seasons. It sounds like a place you'd only visit if you lost a very, very serious bet. The kind of place where the national bird is a drone and the national sport is dodging headlines. But what if I told you that narrative is incomplete? What if I told you that behind the scary graphics and the frantic news chyrons, there's a completely different story? A story of resilience, of art, of flavor, of pure, unadulterated genius that you never ever hear about. Because for every grim report, there are a million moments of joy, creativity, and frankly, hilarious absurdity that define the real Pakistan. It's a country of beautiful contradictions, a place that will break your heart and then mend it with a mango. So forget everything you think you know. We're flipping the script. We're going to ignore the brink for a minute and talk about the brilliant. We're diving headfirst into the beautiful, chaotic, and utterly captivating reality of this place. So buckle up, because here are 10 things we absolutely love about Pakistan. And trust me, by the end of this, you might just want to book a ticket. Or at least, you'll understand why we stick around. First up, the people. You cannot talk about Pakistan without talking about its people, because they are forged from something else entirely. I'm talking about a level of resilience that should be studied by NASA. Think about it. This nation has been through everything. Biblical floods that turned provinces into lakes, devastating earthquakes that reshape landscapes, a revolving door of dictatorships, and a relentless war on terror fought on their own soil. Most countries would have tapped out. They would have called it a day, packed up and said, all right, that was a good run, but we're done. But not Pakistanis. They just keep going. They rebuild. They adapt. They find a way. It's this incredible, almost stubborn refusal to be broken. They'll lose everything in a flood and be back a month later, setting up a tea stall on the side of the road, ready to argue about cricket. This isn't just survival. It's an art form. It's a deep, profound strength that's woven into the very DNA of the nation. They've seen the worst and they still show up every single day, ready for whatever comes next, usually with a cup of chai in hand. Number 2, poetry. In Pakistan, poetry isn't some dusty academic thing you're forced to read in school. It's alive. It's breathing. It's on the streets, in the music, in the political slogans. It's the language of the heart for 240 million people. We're talking about a love affair with the written and spoken word that goes back centuries. From the cosmic wisdom of Ghalib to the revolutionary fire of Faiz Ahmed Faiz, these aren't just poets. They are national heroes. Their verses are quoted by everyone from prime ministers to taxi drivers. And here's the most beautiful part. You don't even need to be literate to be a poet or to love poetry. It's an oral tradition passed down through generations, kept alive by legendary singers like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and Abida Parveen, who turned classical Urdu and Punjabi ghazals into global anthems. It's a culture where a truck driver might have a beautifully painted couplet on the back of his vehicle, and a farmer can recite verses that would make a literature professor weep. Poetry is the great equalizer. It's the soul of the nation, expressed in rhyme. Let's get literary. When the Wi-Fi inevitably dies, when the power goes out, and we'll get to that, what do? You turn to the classics. I'm talking about the golden age of the Urdu novel. These books are timeless. They are a direct line to a different era, a different state of mind. You can pick up a novel by Deputy Nazir Ahmed and get a masterclass in 19th century social reform, disguised as a family drama. It's like The Crown, but with more moral lessons and way better outfits. Then you have Mirza Hadi Ruswa's Umrao Jan Ada, the story of a courtesan in Lucknow. This isn't just a novel, it's a cultural artifact. It's a window into a lost world of art and music and exquisite etiquette. Reading these books is like finding an old, comfortable armchair for your brain. In a world of fleeting digital content and endless scrolling, these stories offer something solid, something that lasts. They are a reminder that long before Netflix, Pakistanis had mastered the art of the binge-worthy narrative. This brings us to number 4, ingenuity, or as it's known on the streets, Jugaar. Jugaar is a philosophy. It's a way of life. It's the art of making things work with whatever you've got. It's creative problem-solving on steroids. Pakistan is a country that can build a nuclear device, a highly complex, technologically advanced weapon. But it's also a country where a guy with a wrench and a hammer and a dream can build a fully functional frying pan from a discarded satellite dish. The spectrum of creation is just mind-boggling. This is the can-do spirit cranked up to 11. Need a generator? Someone will rig one up using a lawnmower engine and a bicycle. Phone charger broke? Give a guy a paperclip and 2 wires, and he'll get you back to 100%. This is innovation born out of necessity, often with minimal resources and formal education. It's a testament to the incredible intelligence and resourcefulness of the people. They don't see problems. They see opportunities for a creative workaround. In Pakistan, the answer is never no. It's let me see what I can do. Okay, let's talk about the future. For years, Pakistani culture felt like it was stuck on repeat. But now, there's a new generation kicking down the door, and they are changing everything. We're talking about a tidal wave of young talent that is completely transforming the cultural landscape, especially in film. These aren't just filmmakers, they are storytellers who are holding up a mirror to Pakistani society, flaws and all, and showing it to the world with courage and artistry. You have people like Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy, who went from Karachi to winning 2 Academy Awards for her powerful documentaries. 2, she's a global powerhouse. Then there's Shoaib Mansoor, who directed films like Kuda Ke Liye and Bol, tackling incredibly sensitive and taboo subjects with a sledgehammer of truth. These artists, and so many others in music, fashion, and tech, are crafting a new, bold, and unapologetic identity for Pakistan. They are the ones writing the next chapter, and it is thrilling to watch. Now for something a little more fun, Paklish. This is the unique, delightful, and sometimes baffling brand of English spoken in Pakistan. It's English, but with a beautiful Victorian-era flavor that has been preserved in linguistic amber. It's a dialect where words you thought were extinct are alive and well and having a great time. It's a language that hasn't been updated since the British packed their bags in 1947. And honestly, we love it. For example, nobody takes public transport. No, you take conveyance. It sounds so much more distinguished, doesn't it? You don't have a lounge or a living room. You have a drawing room, a formal space reserved for guests you want to impress, or more likely avoid. And my personal favorite, if you do something bad, your parents might say they will take you to the task. It's so wonderfully formal and polite, even when you're in deep trouble. Paklish is a linguistic treasure, a quirky and charming echo of history in everyday conversation. Let's talk about the national obsession, the one thing that unites everyone, mithai, sweets. In Pakistan, sugar isn't just an ingredient, it's a love language. Every celebration, every piece of good news, every festival is marked by a box of mithai. Got a promotion? Jalebi? Passed an exam? Gulab jamun. A baby is born? Load up on the barfi. It is the cornerstone of all social interactions. And let's not forget the king of all summer drinks, Roo Afza, that bright red floral syrup that is basically summer in a glass. Of course, there's a bittersweet irony here. Pakistan has one of the highest rates of diabetes in the world. So we have a nation with a profound, deep-seated love for all things sweet, while simultaneously fighting a public health crisis fueled by that very love. It's the perfect Pakistani paradox. Something so joyful and communal is also a little bit dangerous. But in the moment when someone hands you a fresh, hot, syrupy jalebi, all you can think is, it's worth it. Alright, let's get geographical. Pakistan is just showing off. I'm sorry, but it's true. This country is home to the meeting point of the 3 mightiest mountain ranges on Earth, the Himalayas, the Karakorams, and the Hindu Kush. It has 5 of the world's 14 peaks over 8,000 meters, including K2, the Savage Mountain. This isn't just pretty scenery. This is nature on an epic world-class scale. It's the kind of landscape that humbles you, that makes you feel incredibly small in the best way possible. And if the mountains weren't enough of a flex, Pakistan decided to perfect the mango. I know what you're thinking. I've had a mango. No. No, you haven't. Not until you've had a Pakistani mango. A chansa, a sindri, an anwar ratol. The taste is transcendent. It's a religious experience. People smuggle these things across borders like they're contraband because they are that good. The mountains and the mangoes are Pakistan's mic drop. It's God's way of saying, yeah, I spent a little extra time here. Okay, this one's a little spicy, but you can't talk about modern Pakistan without wryly acknowledging its ever-booming defense sector. This is a country that takes its national security very, very seriously. So seriously that it seems like they have a missile for every day of the year, and a few spares just in case. There's the Gauri, the Shaheen, the Ghaznavi, the Abdali. It's like a who's who of historic Muslim warrior heroes, but in rocket form. It's a strange point of pride. On one hand, the economy might be struggling, the infrastructure might be crumbling, but you can rest assured that the missile program is fully funded and hitting all its KPIs. It's another one of those wild Pakistani contradictions. You might be sitting in the dark because of a power cut, but you know that somewhere out there, a shiny new missile named after a 12th century conqueror is ready to go. It's a weirdly comforting thought, in a very specific geopolitical kind of way. You have to laugh. And finally, the most Pakistani experience of all, load shedding. That's the gentle, almost poetic term for the daily, scheduled, and sometimes completely random power cuts that plunge entire cities into darkness. It's not a bug, it's a feature of daily life. In any other country, this would be a national crisis. In Pakistan, it's just Tuesday. People have mastered the art of living without electricity. Life doesn't stop, it just adapts. Dinner is cooked by candlelight. Homework is done by flashlight, and entire conversations happen on the rooftop under the stars, powered by the cool night air. In a way, Pakistanis are unintentionally training for the post-oil, post-apocalyptic future. When the global grid finally collapses, who are you going to call? The people who have been living like this for decades. They've got the skills. Load shedding is dark, it's frustrating, but it has also bred a unique form of resilience and a dark humor that is essential for survival. So there you have it. 10 things that make Pakistan, Pakistan. It's a place of profound poetry and powerful missiles, of ancient traditions and youthful rebellion, of frustrating power cuts and world-class mangoes. It's a country that is infinitely more complex, more beautiful, and more human than the one-dimensional caricature you see on the news. The headlines will always focus on the chaos, on the brink, because fear sells. But it's a lazy story. It misses the point entirely. The real story of Pakistan is in its people's ability to find light during the load shedding, to write poetry in the face of turmoil, and to build a future with whatever parts are available. It's a nation that operates on a different frequency, a rhythm of resilience, faith, and an unshakable sense of humor. It's not a country that's easy to understand, and it's certainly not perfect. But it's a place that gets into your soul and stays there. A place that is, against all odds, deeply and profoundly lovable. It's a story of survival, but more than that, it's a story of living with passion and flair. So next time you hear about Pakistan being on the edge, remember, there's a lot to love and a lot to laugh about too. And maybe, just maybe, being on the edge is where you get the best view. Thanks for watching.